Hey team, and welcome back to my channel. If this is your first time here, then hey, I'm Lara, and this channel is all about productive and purposeful living. So if this sounds like something that you're keen to get on board with, just ring the subscribe button. That's the wrong words. Hit the subscribe button and ring the bell. This could even be the wrong size screen. Do those things, click the stuff, and you'll be notified of when I upload. So today we are talking about small changes that you can make to your life in 2020 that have a really big impact. So a lot of people think to instigate really big change, you have to make really big changes. That's not so much the case. This video is a list of small things that you can do today that can end up really improving your life. Number 1, drink more water. A lot of the time, the reason that we're exhausted, the reason that we're tired is because we're dehydrated. If you live in a hot climate, then drinking water is probably something that you do all the dang time. You are so used to being hot, you have a water bottle that kind of looks like this and is enormous because you go through it, because you're constantly sweating. But for a lot of people who live in colder climates, we find that you're actually more dehydrated than people who live in warmer climates. Some extra bonus information for this round 1 option of small changes you can make is to buy yourself a water bottle or invest in something like a Brita filter jug. Number 2 is to automate your finances. I know that I have talked about this before on my channel and a lot, but there is a reason for it. It's because money anxiety is crazy. And you don't need it anymore. If you automate your finances, that all of your bills go out the same day as your pay, it will give you a lot more calming effect, and it will let you know how much more money you actually have in your account. It kind of gives you a lot more awareness of your budget, because on your payday, the number that you end up with as soon as you check it is the amount of spending you have, because everything else is already paid. I have already done my video about making my vision board. I will link it and down in the description box below for you and up here somewhere. But making your vision board means that you have an overarching guide for where you want your life to go in the year, and it's far more likely you will get there. So this is not just kind of a list of goals, but make a goals plan. Figure out the way that you are going to get to each of those goals. For example, I want to travel more. I am going to set up this savings account. I'm going to set up a direct debit for stuff to go into there. I am going to once a week organize blah, 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 blah. I am going to, whatever all of those things are, add it into a goals plan. I want to exercise more. I am going to make my exercise equipment immediately noticeable when I wake up. Also make sure that your goals are SMART goals. If you're unsure of what all of this stuff is, I'm doing a video next week all about goals planning and how to get the best goals plan in place for you. If you want to catch up with that, just do the thing where you like subscribe and stuff, and you'll be notified of when that pops up. But it's next week. I post every Thursday. Number 5, even though I haven't really been counting, but number 5 is to start a morning routine. Morning routines are really, really awesome. It doesn't have to be like, I get up at 5 a.m. and then I go do exercise and then I do blah, 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 blah. It doesn't have to be overwhelming, it doesn't have to be insane, but make it a routine. So whatever it is you do this immediately after you blank, immediately after you blank, immediately after you blah. Habit stack your morning as well. If you're unsure what habit stacking is, I have a whole series about habit stacking on my channel. I'll link a playlist somewhere. But you want to make sure that you have a standard morning routine, because if you start the morning the same way every day, it's far more likely that you will get motivated to be productive during the day. On the flip side, make an evening routine. An evening routine is just as important as a morning routine, particularly for people who have issues sleeping, like this guy. An evening routine just means that it's a standard way of telling your body that it's time to wind down, that we're on the charge towards bedtime. So here's some things that I'd recommend go into your evening routine. For your body and mind, consider rolling out, stretching, and meditating. For your house, do a 10-minute tidy, make sure all your dishes are done, and consider doing those little bits of morning prep to set you up for the next morning. Lay out your yoga mat, set up your coffee cup, make sure there's a bowl and a spoon somewhere right near where your food is if you're someone who forgets to do breakfast. Make your exercise equipment immediately noticeable. Set up your clothes for your morning so that your morning can run way smoother. So this is an amazingly small thing that you can do and a small change that you can make in your 2020 life. Get into a habit of decluttering. And before you're kind of like, that's not a small change, you crazy lady, that's a huge change. I'm not talking like the ultimate declutter of my house kind of thing. I'm talking about get into the habit of kind of going, you know what, do I actually need that thing? I'm gonna get rid of it. Small, tiny, little items that you don't need that you still have in your house. Take them to the op shop and you are good to go. Also, do this not only for your physical space, but do it for your social space as well. So go in and declutter your social media and your Facebook. Rather than going into all of that here, I will also just link that below, up here, video, meow. To make sure that your phone is not in your bedroom. And I don't mean this just like day to day, I mean make sure that your phone charger lives outside of your bedroom space. Then you're not immediately getting up and doing this like a zombie, and before you go to bed you're not like, and not talking to your partner or not having the time for you to actually unwind, decompress, and go to sleep. Next is to make weekly meal plans. This sounds like something that intense fitness people do. That's kind of like, make sure you have X amount of carbs and X amount of protein, this amount of sugars, other stuff, veggies. But that's not at all what I mean. I mean just make a plan for what you're going to eat during the week so that when you grocery shop, you shop specifically for those things so that you don't impulse buy, which saves you money. I think I also have a video about that. If I do, I will have the thing and the stuff and the bit as well. So this is a tip that I got from Jordan Page. Her channel is amazing. I will also link that in the abundance of links that apparently is going to be attached to this video. She had a really good thing about how you can stick to your budget and live on a budget, because she has a family of 6 kids with another 2 on the way, and she makes it work. Yes, Kobe. My dog agrees. One of her amazing tips was to sell your things, and I, like you probably are, was very skeptical. I was like, nobody wants my old stuff. You'd be surprised what people are actually looking for. And with Facebook Marketplace, it's now easier than ever to sell your things. I currently have a room full of stuff that I'm going to sell. And if it doesn't sell within a certain amount of time, the rule that I set for myself, donate it. I am blessed to live in a country that is full of nature, but depending on where you live, this can be difficult. So I don't mean that you need to buy a camper van and head out into nature every weekend. I mean, go for a walk in a park, buy yourself a house plant, get yourself a little mini plant to put on your desk at work, integrate nature into your everyday somehow. Something as simple as a plant can really improve your focus and your sleep and your anxiety levels, and it's such an easy step to make. And that here is what we're all about. On my channel, we're about really tangible steps that can get you towards a life that you want. I'm here about goal setting and reaching the goals and reaching the dream that you love. So if you have something that is making you hit a wall that's kind of going, this is what is hindering me between getting to that life, to that dream, then please let me know in the comments below and I will make a video about it especially for you. As always, thank you so much for hanging out and I will see you in the next one. Peace out.